Are we alone in the universe? It is a question people have pondered for centuries. And now, new declassified documents could prove we're not.
Among the evidence out there, strange lights over the U.S. Capitol more than 50 years ago. Fox 5's Brooke Baldwin investigates UFOs in Washington.
Phoenix, Arizona, March 13th, 1997.
It actually happens. This isn't a figment of somebody's imagination.
Chicago, Illinois, November 7th, 2006.
I got it on tape! I got it!
Dublin, Texas, January 8th, 2008.
This is an amazing sighting. This is unheard of.
Eyewitnesses report something mysterious in the skies.
I hear this humming noise. It goes over the house, goes into the field. I see these lights.
People claiming to have had an out-of-this-world experience.
People think I'm crazy because I will come forward and tell this story. 3
unusual sightings caught on tape. Each, according to some, has a reasonable and logical explanation.
This is the planet Venus.
Others, though, believe these sightings are something bigger, something from another galaxy.
We're talking about hundreds of thousands of cases, and I don't think there's a single day where there aren't very strong cases that are reported somewhere in the world.
An alien invasion or a government cover-up. These recently declassified documents show just how seriously the government has treated these sightings, including one front-page story here in D.C.
The sky is the stage, the actors, so-called flying saucers. And they're back on the scene with some new twists.
July 1952, air traffic controllers at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland pick up 10 to 12 unidentified objects on radar. Minutes later, another sighting, this time at Washington National Airport. The Air Force sent up 2 fighter aircraft to intercept the flying objects, according to confidential security information now released to the public.
The Air Force did respond in scrambled jets, and it was imaged and photographed over, I believe there were 9 of them at one point that were actually seen in formation.
Dr. Stephen M. Greer is the founder of the Disclosure Project. His organization collects information on unexplained sightings from all over the world, including the more than 2,000 reports around D.C. in the summer of '52, now known as the Washington Nationals.
It's been very hard to bring out the information without it getting linked instantly to something that ends up being embarrassing.
This famous photo shows 7 bright objects flying near the Capitol dome. Radar also picked up 4 more objects in Beltsville and in Herndon. Facing increased pressure from the public, the military held a news conference saying the objects seen throughout the region were weather-related, nothing more than, quote, temperature inversion.
We have, as of date, come to only one firm conclusion with respect to this remaining percentage, and that is that it does not contain any pattern of purpose or of consistency that we can relate with to any conceivable threat to the United States.
A conceivable threat that made it all the way to the Oval Office.
The president got very interested and wanted some kind of a solution.
Reserve Air Force Captain Kevin Randall has been studying UFOs for years. He's written 18 books, one of them specifically about the D.C. sightings.
But the Air Force says basically, well, what it was is temperature inversions. Were there inversion layers over Washington, D.C. in July of 1952? The answer is yes, there were. Were they of sufficient strength to cause the problems you see on the radar? No.
Controversy arises. Maybe the puzzling objects are from another planet.
Puzzling objects, Dr. Greer believes, are behind a cover-up at the highest level.
Everyone who I know who were military or intel were told, you didn't see this, you were not on the squadron that went up, the radar operators were told, this never happened.
But something did happen those July nights. Whether it was alien or not is still debatable. Kevin Randall, though, believes it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out.
I believe what's going to happen eventually is there's going to be a UFO event that is inexplicable and leave the evidence behind that we cannot just explain away.
Which means events like the Washington Nationals in 1952, the Phoenix Lights in 1997, the saucer over Chicago's O'Hare Airport in 2006, and the sightings in Texas earlier this year could just be the beginning. Brooke Baldwin, Fox 5 News.